We're going to talk about the Liver King, and I'm watching the live
All right, we got to talk about
broadcast
what's
with
been going on the last 24 hours ever since Liver King has
BS.
been exposed by Derek More Plates, More Dates.
Yeah,
A lot
so
of information has come across my plate, and I can only speak on what I can verify so far. And this is what I have verified.
apparently the person who does Liver King, he's always in great shape. He's probably my age, about 50, 51,
All
52.
right, guys, before we get into what's been
So,
going on the last 24 hours, let me remind you one more time,
yeah,
Last Max is on sale from Old School Labs. You
yeah.
guys did not take advantage of the sale last week.
Let's see what it
Shame on
has to
you.
say.
Now you can still get 15% off using code NickBS. And you guys have not
Nick
tried this
BS.
yet. Pick it up. Check out the ingredient panel on the website. Go to my link, which is going to be pinned in the comments in my description. And
Yeah.
check out how heavily dosed this product is from top to bottom. We make sure we cover all areas of your workout. So check it out, test it out, and let me know what you guys think of it if you did end up buying it. Remember, always use code NickBS. All right, so there's two things going on right now behind closed doors. I'm going to tell you what they both are, but I can only reveal one of them right now. So the two things are this. I told you guys in the first video that I have been working on this slowly behind closed doors because there is a mole and there is a source that came to me.
What?
Let's say a month ago.
This one's going viral now.
He or she told me and
The Tesla
provided
phone.
very credible evidence.
The new Tesla phone.
Oh, that's gonna be wild, man.
It's like Apple. You wanna drop my app? You're gonna lose because it's like oh my god.
That's sweet. That's gonna be
It's
sweet.
like, okay, you know what? Because I hold a card.
Remember those emails that Derek
Awesome.
showed you in that consultation form? That wasn't the prescribed medications from Evolve Telemedicine. That was what Liver King was using prior to going to Evolve Telemedicine. Okay, so get that straight, number one. I can't say yes or no for sure if that is exactly what he was using from Evolve Telemedicine until I can report it on here accurately. But that was what he was using back in 2021 from I don't know where. I don't have the exact timelines yet to disclose on a video to tell you yes or no. That is exactly what he is prescribed and using from this clinic. This is all allegedly right now. As far as I know, and what I can tell you is Evolve Telemedicine was recent. Those emails that Derek showed us were from 2021. And when Brian came to Derek and the coach, which we're about to talk about who that is in a second, he explained what he was currently using. And we don't know right now, at least, where he was getting his medications from to use. So until I can actually prove what this man was buying and getting prescribed from a clinic, we don't know exactly what is true and what isn't. That was just a form that Brian Johnson filled out to work with a coach, which we're going to talk about who that could be in a second. But we don't have any verification if that is true or if he was just saying it to tell a coach, like, hey, yeah, I'm using all this stuff and help me. Like, no one has actual proof that's what Liver King was using. Now, just because he said it in a consultation form, we can take it for what it is. Was he being honest? Was he trying to flex? Was he lying? We don't know. Like I said, there is no proof for sure that's what Liver King was using. But remember, he did fill it out, so it is worth something. But the angle I was taking on this whole situation before Derek blew it up was if I can get proof Liver King was getting prescribed X, Y, and Z, then that is very, very real. If I have that proof in my hands, then I would feel very comfortable coming on here and saying, hey, this is what Liver King is really taking. I personally would have never reported that without proof from Liver King.
All right, I'm gonna pause this for. I'm watching bodybuilding and BS by um, Old School Labs. He's very knowledgeable. I do like him, even though he's an ex-bodybuilder, and he's very, very aware of what's going on to the world today. So, Nick King, the guy supposedly say he's natural. He's got 6-pack, 8-pack. He's like 55 years old. Great condition shape. He looks like he could be on stage and compete. But He's saying he's natural, which I doubt because being an ex bodybuilder, you know exactly if a person's on something or not. And this guy's definitely on something because you can't be looking like that all year round and look like he's jacked to the bone. So bodybuilding and BS will tell you the rundown of what Liver King is really about. Right now, I'm watching him live, so let's let this play out.
Or proof with receipts.
Yeah.
Of actual prescriptions being prescribed.
So basically, he's got receipts right now that he's being prescribed with X and X and X, which is probably growth hormone. He's not using steroids, but growth hormone is a derivative of natural hormones in your body that you get bigger and larger with growth hormones. Another derivative of enhancements, but it's pretty cool. A little expensive, but anyway.
So and so, because to me, those emails could have easily been faked or duped or just created out of thin air.
Yeah.
And yes, we could take it for what it's worth and say, oh, Derek would never do that. But even Derek doesn't know unless this person's very close to Derek and Derek would trust him. Because the coach, which that's what we're going to talk about right now, the coach that allegedly, maybe mistakenly forwarded these to Derek by accident is actually very close to Derek on a personal level. Because these individuals actually used to do a podcast together called Big Bros. And we know from recent YouTube content that Derek is very close to Vigorous Steve. We're going to talk about what I can disclose today and what I found out yesterday.
So basically, Nick True is he's ratting him out. I don't know. It's not a good idea, but he's ratting him out.
I started reading the Reddit, and my mind was blown because I was thinking this exact same thing.
Nick, man, he's ratting him out, man. It's crazy.
Put up.
But
I was like, this is just too bizarre timing.
First of all, he is exposing the lies that he's doing, but he shouldn't be ratting him out in front of public in his YouTube channel. But he's definitely, he's well deserved because he's telling everybody he's natural and he's telling everybody to eat liver. You can't eat liver and look like that. I'll tell you one thing. First of all, liver tastes horrible unless you cook it right. But anyway.
In this video, there was key points that immediately rang the bell that this is Vigorous Steve. Now I'm going to explain what they are because even this Reddit post last night that I saw felt the same way. And when you double down and check out the dates and the timing of all the things that were said in this video, and you match them up with Vigorous Steve's life, they match pretty damn perfect. Now, I can't prove as of yet 100% for sure this is Vigorous Steve because I still did not get the consultation forms from previous clients of Vigorous Steve's to match up to see if the wording is 100% accurate to the ones that Derek read off on the video. That, in my eyes, will confirm for sure that it's Vigorous Steve that leaked this to Derek, who then leaked it to YouTube. But for now, I have to go off what I can prove to you guys. So right now, this is all hearsay. This is just my opinion, and this is alleged. So this is what we have. So if you go to Derek's video and you go to 3354, he mentions that Liver King is 12 hours behind this individual that he's working with. Now, if you match up the time zones in that email to Vigorous Steve's location at the time, they match up perfectly to 12 hours.
What's a good date and time for you to have our consultation? I live in the Republic of Texas, Houston. So I am CST, I believe that's 12 hours behind you. This is an absolute priority for me. So I will cancel almost anything planned to make this happen with you. My preferred times are 7 a.m., 8 a.m., or 9 a.m. on Wednesday CST, but you could easily do 6 p.m. or 7 p.m. almost any evening. And your time, I believe that's 7 p.m., 8 p.m., or 9 p.m. on Thursday.
Okay, Liver King is named Brian Johnston. So watching Nick True and him watching More Plates, More Dates, they're basically exposing what the email that he was sending to his so-called dealer or friend or whatnot. But first of all, you're doing an email. Email could be flared off to everywhere. So that's not a good call for if you want to keep yourself, anonymous without telling if you're on something. And Um, you're just asking for um, you're just asking to get caught. But anyway, let's hear this out.
Or 6 a.m. or 7 a.m. almost any morning of the week. Please check my math on that. Since that's outside of your regular hours, I'm happy to compensate for the trouble.
And that to me is very ironic because who else would live in Thailand?
Yeah.
As a bodybuilding coach.
Yeah.
That would ask those particular questions, especially to live.
Gee, why Thailand?
You guys caught this, but
because everything's freaking access in Thailand. You can buy pretty much everything.
Do the bodybuilding pose. Liver King's like,
So,
I don't want to do those. I'm not going to Google it. I don't have time. But here you go. He was doing like a kettlebell swing. The only coach I know in Thailand that would ask for bodybuilding poses would be Vigorous Steve. Vigorous Steve is a bodybuilding coach. Now, if that's not coincidental enough for you, then I don't know what. But I got more. So now we go to 4254 in Derek's video. Liver King writes to his coach, I hope your MRI went well. Now this, to me, is very, very interesting.
Get into the next email. July 19th, 2021. Questionnaire. What up, coach? I hope your MRI went well. I bet it did. See my answers below in red. Front and back pictures of what you look like right now. 4 quarter turns and the 7 mandatory bodybuilding poses if possible. This way we have a starting point and can decide where to improve.
Because there's not many people on that date that had an MRI done that shared it on YouTube. And conveniently enough, Vigorous Steve talked about this on the exact date on YouTube when he had the MRI, which then makes it very easy for us to say, okay, now that the time zones match up, and now that this guy had an MRI conveniently enough at the same time that this email was sent, and at the same time Steve was talking about on YouTube.
Kind of slowly slide you into the MRI, and then you realize, you know what, I got this much space from my face, and I looked a little bit to the side, and I saw I had about this much space from my shoulder, and then yeah, you feel a little bit claustrophobic. The cardiac MRI results, which were performed on the same day as the cardiac echocardiogram or cardiac ultrasound, with about 2-3 hours in between.
So if you go to Steve's YouTube channel, which I'll link below the video, it's titled Heart Enlargement and Low Ejection Fraction, Not on My Watch, posted July 16th, 2021. And if you look closely, the email that Liver King sent to this coach, allegedly, was dated July 19th. I mean, what are the odds of that? So that's 2 things that align perfectly with Vigorous Steve potentially, allegedly being the coach of Liver King that leaked it to Derek. All right, so before we talk about what the third thing is, which I believe is the icing on the cake on this story to align Vigorous Steve as being the coach, I want to make sure you guys don't forget, because I know you guys are very, very interested in this video and you're paying close attention to what I'm saying about Liver King. But real quick.
All right, so I'm going to pause it. Nick Trig is basically giving all his followers the rundown of Liver King, and Liver King is being exposed that he's not a natural bodybuilder. Looking natural, look like he's jacked and ready to compete. He's definitely on something, whether it's growth, insulin, steroids. It doesn't matter what kind of enhancement it is. He's just way too jacked to look natural. Natural looks natural. You're missing an ingredient when you're natural. Something that gives you that 3D muscle, the roundness, the very detailed veins. That's when you know you're not natural. Liver King is not natural. As a former bodybuilder myself, I know a lot about who's natural, who's not natural, and also a judge for 5 years. I've judged many competitions after I retired, and Nick Trigg knows what he's talking about. That's why I do like his channel, but I'll let this play out anyway. Oh shit, hold on. Oh, my bad. Damn. Hold on a second, bear with me here. I just pressed the wrong button. I'm not gonna fast forward it. Bear with me a second. Oh man. Let me find the video. Hold on a second. Let me called out bodybuilder Andrew Jacked. Uh, Liver King, Natty, desktop bodybuilding. See everybody right now. If you're scrolling through YouTube and you're in the bodybuilding section, everybody's talking about the Liver King, and right now, Liver King is being exposed, and it's all over the internet. For those who are bodybuilders and fitness, knows what I'm talking about. No, I'm working on Friday and Saturday and Sunday. No, not Thursday.
Watch that show, Man Up, tomorrow.
Man Up, yeah, I'll check it out later.
You know that guy there, that Simon Pegg, Man Up. It's a good comedy. It's a holiday movie.
Okay. Well, maybe those two kids, the two guys, or
No, you know the British guy from Shaun of the Dead.
okay. I'll check it out.
He's actually he's recovering when he got divorced and that goes. So he's trying to be, yeah, blah blah. He's on a date. It's a blind date. And he ends up to go with the wrong woman. It's actually a very funny movie.
I'll watch that later. I'll watch it tomorrow. Maybe later tonight. See how I
Hey, you
feel.
think Mom will like that Christmas movie? The one that we saw?
Yeah, she'll like it. She'll like
She'll
it.
like that movie?
Yeah.
I think she'll like that movie too.
But you know, she's very particular with the movies too. So she's
Yeah.
like,
It has got a good George Michael songs, eh?
oh man, that's what dropped. That's what got me. It's like, oh my god.
Oh shit! George Michael.
And, yeah, around his back. We're like grade 8, man.
Yeah,
back.
it's like holy shit! Brought me back to like back to our little kids. Like holy fuck.
Yeah, that was good. That was good. I enjoyed that. That was a good movie. It's got a little bit, a little bit of a tearjerker too. So
Yeah. Well, at the end,
At the end.
his heart was like, oh, that's like whoa.
yeah. So for those of you who ever watch, what was that movie that we watched on Netflix? It was called. What was that? What was that Christmas film again? What was that?
Love Actually.
No, the one we just watched. I just watched
Oh,
yesterday.
Last Christmas.
Last Christmas. Watch Last Christmas. It was a pretty good.
Not bad. It's not bad.
It was a pretty good. If you guys really watch Christmas films, go watch that. I watched it last night. It was actually pretty good. And if you want to be entertained and know about, because Christmas season is coming and everyone wants to be able to feel a little bit of love in their life and whatnot, go watch it. It's a nice sentimental tearjerker, and if you like it, watch it out. Okay. Now I'm gonna go back with Nick BS here and try to figure out who is lying or telling the truth or who's being exposed about the Liver King. And hold on a second. So let me actually press the
All right,
button.
we
My
gotta
bad.
talk about what's been going on.
Okay, I'm gonna
the
fast forward this a little
24
bit. I do like Nick Trick because he does know what we're talking about, and
Mandatory bodybuilding poses, if
as a
possible.
former bodybuilder, I know exactly what he's talking about, and he's also a bodybuilder, and he's probably a little bit younger than me, but to me, it's fascinating that we never had this social media and all this stuff back in the late '80s, early '90s, where I was coming up the ranks in bodybuilding, and then now you can watch it in palm of your hand, and it's pretty amazing to watch. But anyway, watch bodybuilding BS, and he's definitely gives you the rundown of Liver King, which is fascinating because I thought this guy, I literally thought in the back of my mind, I say this guy could be natural or not, but then I say, man, you look too jacked to be natural because I know exactly if you're natural or not, man, being competitive and all that stuff. But anyway, let's just play out. So press the wrong button again.
We have a starting point and can decide where to improve.
Yeah.
Because there's not many people on that date that had an MRI done that shared it on YouTube. And conveniently enough, Vigorous Steve talked about this on the exact date on YouTube when he had the MRI.
On my
Which
birthday,
then
July
makes
16th.
it very easy for us to say, okay, now that the time zones match up, and now that this guy had an MRI, conveniently enough, at the same time that this email was sent, and at the same time Steve was talking about it on YouTube.
Kind of slowly slide you into the MRI, and then you realize, you know what, I got this much space from my face, and I looked a little bit to the side, and I saw I had about this much space from my shoulder, and then you feel a little bit claustrophobic with the cardiac MRI results, which were performed on the same day as the cardiac echocardiogram or cardiac ultrasound.
Yeah, I'm gonna fast forward this. I already saw this part.
In between.
So yeah, these are the guys. Basically, he's the coach who did Liver King. Apparently he had an injury, so that's probably why he was on it. So anyway, Don't lie if you're gonna do that. If you're gonna be on
60
social
days
media, how about
after he
that?
emailed
Someone's gonna
Derek,
find
because
out,
Derek
right?
just never replied to him.
There
So
you go.
therefore, my friends, we have a pretty rock solid case here that it is allegedly Vigorous Steve that sent or leaked or got hacked allegedly, and these emails got into Derek's inbox somehow, and
Yeah.
then Derek leaked it to the entire world. Now
Wow.
remember, this is just me speculating. This is what I was able to figure out in the last 12 to 15 hours of digging and digging and digging. And I still have a lot more to reveal to you guys once I have the finishing touches on those stories. And like I told you, I was already working on this. But I was working on it from a different angle. I was working on it from this angle of, hey, if I can have proof of the prescriptions, that to me is a rock solid home run story. The consultation form and what someone says and trying to prove the validity of Brian Johnson actually filling out that consultation form at that very time, that's very hard for me to prove. But it's not very hard for me to prove I have prescriptions that are in his name from the clinic that he uses currently. Now that to me sounds like a home run story. Now I don't know if you guys saw this before we go. Liver King kind of addressed what's been going on. I want to play these two clips for you real quick because it was very interesting, the choice of words that he had.
Good morning, Primal.
There it is.
Lots of exciting distractions.
That's Liver King right there.
To pull me away from my highest priorities. But when you know your purpose, your passion, your fight, your unite, when you know that 4,000 people a day kill themselves, and there's a 20x multiplier on attempts, meaning that 80,000 people a day attempt to kill themselves. When you know that our people are hurting at record rates, suffering and struggling with depression, anxiety, infertility, autoimmune conditions, low energy, low libido, and low ambition in life, and there's a better life to live. It's a simple, elegant solution. It's called ancestral living. It's free. It's accessible. Anyone can do it. It can change your life tomorrow. When you know exactly where to point your energy at, it gives you clarity. It gives you drive. It gives you determination. And all the other distractions are just that. And now, it's prime time.
Now the second one is very, very interesting. Listen to this one.
And this is what Liver King is having for dinner today. But first, I couldn't be more grateful to know my fight, my unite, my purpose, my passion, where to point my energy, because people are living a life of hurt, hate, suffering, and struggle, and there's a better life to live, and it can be achieved through ancestral living. I couldn't be more grateful for some of the guys sitting on the couch, making reaction video, surfacing new information that's going to lead to some goddamn good discussions. And so now this is what Liver King is having for dinner, guys.
So I'm not really sure what to think. Does this all mean that he's going to sit down and have a proper conversation about this and admit to everything and say, you know what, guys, I didn't want to reveal this because of X, Y, and Z, because of my family, because I don't want my kids to know what I'm doing? Or is he going to be in denial still? I hope, for my own sake as a journalist, for what I do, I hope he doubles down. I hope he triples down on the fact that he's still natural. Because that will only make my story that I'm going to reveal soon about his prescriptions that he is using currently, allegedly, even better and juicier. Because right now, he can kind of like slip out of this. He could be like, oh, that wasn't my email. Those are spoof emails. I didn't write that. Someone fabricated that. It's very easy for him to say that right now. And a lot of his fans and loyal subscribers and enthusiasts and pro-Liver King supporters are still going to be like, no, these guys all hate on him. That's why they're doing this. Yeah. And regardless of what I can prove either, it's not really about like, oh, I'm going to take Liver King down. No. It's nothing about that at all. It has nothing to do with that at all. It has to do with the fact that he parades around. Yeah. He parades around and rubs it in people's faces that he is better than you because he doesn't use steroids. He doesn't cheat. He would never do a thing like that. Yeah. And the fact that you call him a liar is even more disgraceful. So that's why I would like to put the truth out and be like, you know what? What do you think, Brian Johnson? And I'm not going to do it the way Derek did it. I have a very, very strategic way of releasing this information so that he has to own it. Yes, don't worry. It's going to come soon. I can't tell you exactly when, but it's coming. Make sure you guys support the channel by checking out Blast Max. And once again, guys, thank you for the support last week. It was unbelievable. And I will see you guys on the next video. And if anyone has those consultation forms, the bigger is Steve, you know where to find him.
Okay, that was Bodybuilding BS by Nick Trigg, and I do watch his show periodically once in a while, and he's very knowledgeable about bodybuilding, as so am I. And getting back to the whole bodybuilding fitness thing and the whole realm, that was my forte back 20 years ago. For those who know me well back in the bodybuilding days. For those of me who know me back, who even competed with me, know exactly what I was. But reading through that, he's definitely getting exposed. So a person that says I'm natural and look like he's jacked is a recipe for getting exposed. And now he's being exposed by who? By BS, by Nick Tree, who knows what he's talking about. So whatever, man, you shouldn't do that. If you're gonna have a big follower and you're gonna tell lies upon lies, you can only lie for so long that someone's gonna get caught, someone's gonna tell and rat on you. So be it. But anyway, you're digging your own grave. That's my 2 cents for today, and watching bodybuilding BS and my uh rundown of exposing the Liver King. So anyway, bye for now. We will see you in the next video. Liver King, Nick BS, Nick Trigg. Unbelievable.